The following segment is sponsored by Smith Injury Law and 300hurt.com.
We never know when an unexpected turn of events could leave us in need of good legal representation, whether it's a car crash, an accident at work, or a disability claim. It's reassuring to have a knowledgeable attorney in your network. And for us here on the Morning News at 10, that's Richard Smith of Smith Injury Law. Thanks for being with us this morning.
Good morning, Margaret. How you doing today?
I know you've been serving the community since 1987. Tell us a little bit about your background and what led you to become an attorney.
My father was a police officer. Actually, he was an officer and pretty high up in Spartanburg County for many years. Before that, he was a Dallas police officer. So we grew up middle class, and I've always respected working people. And I feel like there are plenty of law firms out there representing big corporations and big insurance companies, and I represent working people.
Smith Injury Law practices in areas like personal injury, workers' compensation, car and truck collisions, Social Security disability claims. Each case is handled by you personally or the attorney that you've added to your growing practice, right?
That's correct. I just brought in a partner. His name is Scott Becky. He and I have worked together for over 20 years at a previous law firm, and he brings a lot of experience, litigation experience to the firm. So I'm very happy to have him here with me.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, like you were saying, you work for the people, not the insurance companies or the big corporations. So it's important to point out that for somebody who's been injured in a crash or injured on the job, the insurance company's job is not to serve in that person's best interest, is it?
Exactly right. What they want to do is to get you to take the least amount of money to settle your case. And if you're not hurt very bad and you're okay with that, that's fine. But most people find that they're not happy with the offer from the insurance company. And that's where we come in, because we know how to professionally handle the case, make sure you get everything that you're entitled to, and we have the ability, if we can't make it work, although I would say probably 80% of the cases do get settled without having to file a lawsuit. But if we have to, we can file a lawsuit and go to court, and we've had some success there. So we know how to handle the case and take care of your best interest, because the insurance companies, like we said earlier, they don't work for you. Their job is to pay you the least amount they can. And it's like everything. There are good insurance adjusters and bad ones. I'm not trying to paint with a broad brush, but in general, they are not there to represent your interest. We are.
All right. And you also are a big advocate of giving people the information they need to make good decisions. You wrote a book, The Mistakes People Make in Auto Accidents, or the book is called Mistakes People Often Make in an Auto Accident Case. Tell us about that book.
Yeah, it's basically the 10 crucial mistakes that people make in an automobile accident case, and it was written with the idea in mind to help the average person, the average consumer, because a lot of things, it's the old saying, but what you don't know can hurt you. And if you give a recorded statement, for example, with an adjuster without being properly prepared by an attorney, you can ruin your case before it ever gets started. And that's one of the many examples in the book where mistakes can derail your case completely.
And there is a chapter, or maybe more than one chapter in that book, that refers to, how you should work with an insurance company. Anything else that you want people to know about that in this segment today?
The main thing is, don't make the mistake of thinking that you can try to handle the case yourself, and then if you're not happy with the offer, to go get an attorney. Because oftentimes when you do that, you tie my hands. You've already been negotiating. Now, if you need to go back and see the doctor again, they're going to claim that's just, it just reflects your not being satisfied with the offer, and not the fact that you really need to go back to the doctor. You don't want to have gaps in treatment. You don't want to have the wrong diagnosis. You don't want to have problems in your case that you can't fix, and then bring that to me after you've made an attempt and you've already ruined your case. I can't work miracles. I can only take the facts I have and make the best out of them.
So it's really a great resource for people to read ahead of time before they're in a situation. You can get the book by calling the number on your screen, 300HURT, or you can get in touch with Richard Smith by calling 300HURT. Visit 300hurt.com. Anything else to touch on before we let you go today?
That's the big thing. Just don't trust insurance companies. I mean, people don't like lawyers. I understand that. I don't like some lawyers myself, but the idea is insurance companies, they don't work for you. They work for their insured. And if you have an injury, you need to consult somebody who understands what your case is truly worth and not rely on the other side to tell you what your case is worth, because they're not going to always tell you what's in your best interest.
Well, perfect. And we sure like you, Richard Smith of Smith Injury Law. Thanks so much for being here with us today, and we look forward to talking to you again soon.
Thank you, Margaret.